cocinando en el laboratorio. Yo vine del lodo, ahora quieren fotos. Y vamos por todo, cocinando en el lab.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the GMRT Experience. I'm your host, Rainey, and today we're starting something out that I've been talking about to you guys. I know, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this on our intro episode that we were gonna have short format podcasts. So this is our first short format podcast, which is gonna be called Friday Fire. And I'm excited to do this because, man, the longer format podcasts are really good, but I'm a firm believer that sometimes we just need that quick motivation, that quick game, that quick, knowledge to get us through that next step or what we're trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish. So that's what I want to do with this format of episodes for the GMRT experience. But today I want to talk to you guys about something that I'm, very passionate about and that I'm going through, which is protecting your energy. So that's the name of today's episode, protecting your energy. And I'm gonna talk to men because I'm a man, and that's, I don't know who my audience is, honestly, but when it comes to like what we do for GMRT Customs, I deal with a lot of guys, and I get to talk to a lot of them into that deeper level. Many of them you guys are gonna listen to them in the podcast here in the next few months. But what's protecting your energy? So one thing that I've been very, very cautious of lately is been protecting my energy. What I've realized as I'm keep going through my journey, that man, like sometimes we don't really think about who are we giving our energy to, who are we allowing into our life. Because picture this, let's say that if you're working to achieve your dreams and goals, and you just allow anybody to come into your life and drain your energy down, you don't have that energy to go chase your dreams, go get after the world, attacking every to-do list that you have to do, sending those emails, texting those clients. And what do I really mean in the deeper level, what it is to protect your energy? So I learned last summer, I had a good friend of mine, which I already had in the podcast. His name is Brian, and he talked to me about withholding your seed. And at the time, I was in a relationship, and what that meant, it was like, okay, man, he this is the way he explained it. And I just want to be, let everybody know that's listening to this, we're about to talk about some sensitive topics. So if you have kids around, please just make sure that, you don't want to have your kids listen to sex things and very manly things that the world doesn't really talk about, but it needs to be talked about. Just be aware that that's what I'm going to talk about right now. So Brian introduced me into this thing that he said, dude, you should look into withholding your seed. Or I think actually he called it semen retention. And at the time, I wasn't really I didn't want to do that. I was like, dude, that's weird. What do you mean? Are you not having sex? Are you what does that mean? And what he meant, yeah, he wasn't having any sex. He wasn't jacking off and all that stuff. And I just heard it, and it just, I didn't do anything about it. At the time I was dating somebody, and I was just for the world. But by the end of the year, I started going to church, and I'm walking this path right now with God and Jesus that it has allowed me to change a lot of my perspective. So one of the things that I no longer do is I don't sleep with women, I don't have sex, which is, it's the same. I don't have sex, I don't watch porn, I don't jack off. And man, it's been game freaking changer. And all of my friends that I talk to them about what I'm going through right now, like in this journey, because this is the biggest thing that I've realized throughout this journey, that a lot of men struggle with this. A lot of men struggle with pornography. A lot of men struggle with women, like, no, in a way that they're having too much sex, like they're hooking and sleeping around, and they're just constantly releasing their seed, and they can't control that. And I only know this because I've talked to men as I'm telling them, like, as guys, we keep it real. Like, when you get with your homies, you talk about real stuff. At least me with my friends. So I've realized in this season of my life that a lot of men struggle with that. And anyway, so backing up, like, this year I've been walking this path with God and Jesus, and obviously one of the things that I've learned is, like, you don't sleep around with women. That was new to me up until this year. Or like not watching porn or jacking off. Like, I stopped doing all of that, and it's been game changer. And that's what I really want to talk about, because when I started doing it at the beginning of the year, it started just as, like, I have a mentor of mine. He talks about tests. So I started doing little things as testing to see, okay, if something really gonna change. And I started letting go of a few things here and there. And man, I can honestly tell you guys that it's really, like, changed my life. It has impacted me so much. Like, my energy has gone up the roof. Like, it's crazy. I'm more focused. I'm less lethargic. I'm like, what I've realized too is, like, if I say I'm gonna do something, I go do it no matter how hard it is, because I'm not constantly thinking about women. I'm not constantly releasing. I'm not constantly living in that world that, oh man, like, I need to, like, do something. I need to go hook up with this girl. I need to go do that. So it's been really game changer. And why I wanted to release this podcast is because I want to give you guys real game, real value that you can actually go and implement. And if you do even 1% of what I say, and it changes your life and it impacts you, that means the world to me, because this is why I'm doing this podcast. I'm not doing this podcast, just to be cool, or, when I started my journey, I needed people to tell me, hey man, like, do this, do that, just to get 1% better. And I've always been on that path of, like, when somebody tells me, all right, you need to start reading, I started reading, because that will make me better. You need to start doing personal development. You need to start tithing. You need to start, like, not hooking up with girls or having sex. Like that, I always tested things to see if they actually worked, if it would even make a difference to get me better, to get me closer to the man that I really want to be. So the whole point of this is, man, like, I don't know, like, whoever's listening to this that's struggling with certain addictions, certain, thought process, I encourage you guys, like I said, this podcast is mainly gonna be for guys. Like, you guys know, like, like, we're not dumb. Like, guys, we get it, man. Like, and what is crazy is that this clarity that I have now, I've never had in my life. And it's because I started changing things within myself. It doesn't mean that I don't make mistakes. It doesn't mean that I'm perfect. I'm just giving you guys what I'm doing. And if you guys want to try it out and see if it's going to work for you, that's it. And I will feel like, like, all this information that I'm learning and all these experiences that I'm having, I need to put it out there to the world, because we need the world to be a better place. Like, I have, like I mentioned in some other episodes, I have team members, my employees, they're all younger than me. And I want to be an example. I want to be the role model. I don't want to be the guy that talks about one thing and doesn't do it, or I don't want to be the leader that doesn't change or doesn't impact those around them, and they all stay at the same level. Like, I want my people to grow. I want my people to level up with me. And I always tell everybody what I'm doing. Anybody that's in my proximity, in my circle, I'm more than open and let them know, hey, this is what I'm doing in my life. This is what's working, and this is what's not working. So guys, make sure, men out there, younger guys, especially you younger guys, be aware of your energy. Protect your energy. And I'm not saying like if you have any of this addiction, pornography, sleeping around and all that stuff, I encourage you to start testing on yourself. Okay, if you're like jacking off, I don't know, 10 times a day, whatever number you're jacking off, bring it down. I would encourage you to don't even think about like, oh, I'm gonna stop today. I'm crazy like that. When I make all these changes, I just I wake up one day and I say, okay, I'm stopping right now. And I just completely stop. I have this thing that's how my head works. But if your head doesn't work like that, then I would encourage you, like, bring it down. Dial it down a little bit. And then start one step at a time. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You can't just pretend that, like it's just everything's gonna line up right away. So I encourage you, bring it down a little bit. Stop watching porn. Don't wait, don't waste your time on that. That you could use, man, just try it out. Don't be releasing all the time. I encourage you, don't release at all. Like, get focused, get serious on your goals. Take care of your mind, take care of your body. Write down your goals. If you have an idea, go apply. Just take action. Instead of, oh, I need to go and release or hook up with this girl, use that energy and apply it to something that you've been pushing back. I encourage you to do that. There's some in your life right now that you were pushing back, that you've been like, yeah, today's not the day, or this thing needs to be this way before I can start that. No, we all make excuses. And as a man, this is what I'm realizing, man. I wish somebody would have told me this when I was younger, because I would be so ahead of like where I'm at right now. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm giving you guys this game, and if you're just apply a little bit of what I'm saying, I'm telling you, you guys are gonna see results. You don't even have to do this in like a religious way. Just try it to get a little better, 1% better. When I started making like this type of changes, I wasn't really like going to church, or I wasn't really like, trying to be this holy man. I was just wanted to get 1% better. Like, is this gonna make me perform better at work? Yeah, possibly. All right, let's try it out. Now, not only I think about it that way, but I also know like I'm living by God's standards. I'm aligned with myself right now. I see what He does, not just in my business life. I'm talking about like every relationship that I have right now is more profound, more deeper, because I'm more clear. It's like the fog is gone. But anyways, guy, I just wanted to drop this episode for you younger bucks out there. Like, if nobody has ever talked to you about this, like dude, go do your own research. Go do your own research and just apply, man. You'll see that, your life will change. But anyways, guys, thank you for listening to this Friday Fire episode. Remember, if you guys have any questions, you can shoot me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram is RainyGMRT. That's RAYNEIGMRT. You can send me any questions there. If you any topics that you guys want me to talk about on this Friday Fire, there's no limits. You get like even my own team here, like I talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Dating, like relationships, like now we're talking about like no having sex or withholding your seed, religion. Like I'll talk about anything, because here's the thing, like we need to be open-minded in a way that is gonna take us to the next level as a person and as a human. This what I've realized lately is that this journey is you know, it's all about getting just better. If we can get 1% better every day, just a little bit, you know, it doesn't have to be drastic change. It could be just something so small. Man, that's a win. That's a big win. So anyways, guys, if you have any questions, make sure you shoot me a DM. And that's all I have for you today. Peace.